Okay, so in this video, I want to demonstrate essentially how to pass the parameter from Verilog to VHDL. Specifically in my project, I had in this case, there are several blocks in Verilog, and my test bench is in VHDL. In this case, specifically, let's focus on the debouncing block. And the debouncing block was developed in the Verilog, and you can see the parameter here is a 10-bit parameter with it's defaulted to 20 clock cycles debouncing time. And we can see that in my mixed test bench, I can actually declare this debouncing.v into component under my VHDL test bench, and then I can use something called generic. It's a standard way that matching the parameters in Verilog, and just be sure that this name match what you have here. And what I'm doing here is that I specify the default value 20 as an integer and converted it to std logic vector that is 10 bits long, and then I use it as a default. And here in the debouncing block, we can use generic map, right? And then we can essentially pass. I actually changed that from 20 to 10 in this case. And when I run the simulation, you can see the effect. My push button is pushed here, and then the push button synchronized version is generated by IDDR. And then you can see that in this case, if we zoom in a little bit, what happens here is that roughly, let's just make it clear. We can zoom in a little bit to see the IDDR impact first. So essentially, what IDDR does is that you have a button pushed that is not synchronized with your fastest clock, and then IDDR synchronized it with your rising clock edge of 100 megahertz. And you can see that I have a slow block that is driven, slow clock that is used to drive the debouncing block. And then this clock is slow. You can see at this moment, it probably reads my IDDR, and then we can start maybe counting how many clock. It's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? That's exactly what we specified. The debounce time of 10 clock cycles, and then my debounce button debounce becomes high. So this can debounce the noise. And we demonstrated that you can successfully pass the parameters through generic map and link it to the Verilog parameters.